to December 31st, that would be 6 months of interest. That's the whole $1,200. But you won't get that until probably January 1. So your debit interest receivable and your credit interest revenue. You only had $40,000 worth of bonds left, folks. Times 3% is $1,200. Or times 6% times 6 over 12, which is 1/2. Okay, another adjusting entry. Now, I also assigned, if I could get my book arranged here where I can see it, number 8 on page 749. We purchased for cash 5,300 shares of Wayne Incorporated stock for $20 per share plus $110 brokerage fee. You add that $110 to it, of course. So you got 5,300 shares times $20 plus $110. That is your investment. Now here, this is the cost method called under. %, of course. Let me find that exercise. Okay, that's 5,300 shares times $20 plus $110. Debit your investment, Wong Incorporated stock, credit cash. Wong sounds like a Chinese company, don't it? And probably is. On March the 6th, we received dividends of 30 cents a share. Well, we had 5,300 shares. Multiply that times 30 cents, and you'll get $1,500 debit to cash and a credit to dividend revenue. This is the cost method. All right? We'll get to the equity method later. Then we purchased 2,000 shares of one stock for $26 a share plus $100. That entry is just like the first entry. Investment and add the brokerage fee. 2,000 shares times 26 plus 120. That's $52,120. All right, now we own how many shares? 5,300 shares. And we own 2,000 shares. We own 7,300 shares at this point in time. All right, we sold 6,000 shares of one stock for $35 per share, less $100 brokerage commission. Well, 35 times 6, that's easy enough. But we sold that 5,300 shares. We had $20 in them. So we got a $15 gain on 5,300 shares. But on 700 shares, we paid $26. So we've only got a $9 gain. So separate those, get your cash. I want you to look how that's calculated. We got $209,000. Now, 5,300 shares purchased for $106,110. 700 shares purchased. Now, since you added on that brokerage fee, you got to take the whole $52,120 and divide that by 2,000 shares. And whatever you get, multiply that by 700. And you got you had invested in it 18,242. Well, now, if you go back up here, we know we had $20 a share plus brokerage fee. That's the whole thing. And the 700 shares, this is what we paid plus brokerage fee divided by the 2,000 shares. Whatever we get there, we multiply by 700 shares to get to 18. So total cost is $124,000. That's our investment. We got cash of $209,000. You credit to gain $85,548. Now on September the 25th, we received dividends of 40 cents a share. Shares that we have left. We had 7,300. We sold 6. That leaves 1,300. 1,300 times what? 40 cents. So multiply the 1,300 times decimal 40, and you'll get $520. Debit cash, credit dividend revenue. Once again, this is the cost method. That's why we dividend revenue. Also, a sign for the day, I want you to look at problem 12. That's on page 750. On January of year 1, Building Company purchased 34% of the outstanding stock of Gator Company for $212. 34%. Now, this is going to be the equity method. They paid total dividends of $24,000 to all shareholders. Then they had a net loss of $56,000. We share that dividends and we share that loss. Journalize the purchase of the stock, receive the dividend, and the adjusted entry for the equity loss in Gator stock. All right, we debit our investment first. Now this is exercise 15 if you're following with me in your textbook. And you should have your textbook available when you're looking at these presentations. Whether you got it on ebook or whether you have it in a hard copy. But here's what we paid. 14,500 shares times $38. Now, that entry's the same. Cost or equity method. Okay? Now here, on December 31st, we did an adjusted entry. It says receipt of the dividend. We'll do that in a minute. And there's an entry. It says they had a net loss on the books for year 1 of $56,000. Was that $58,000? $58,000 is their valuation allowance. They paid dividends of $24. They had a net loss of $56. And I don't see where they got this adjusted entry. Let's look at it. To record an increase in fair value of traded investments. 14,500 shares times $42 a share minus 38. All right, they'd have had to give us this 42. We know we lost $4 a share. And we know there was 1,450 shares times $4. We gained, I guess. And we gained $4. So we debit an unrealized gain, credit, and we debit the valuation allowance. Now they had to give us that $42. I'm still looking for it. January 6th, they paid total dividends of $24,000.